Okay, it's recording.
Yeah.
And Ron said he's leaving at 4:20, he's trying to make it, but he got stuck in traffic.
I didn't get that. You need to pass that.
It's still secret.
Is Dave coming?
No, Nancy's got the recorder.
Oh, what's that? Yeah, thank you. So,
He's coming.
we'll
Let's
wait
give Ron
just a
5
couple,
more minutes.
5 more minutes if that's all right.
Okay,
It should be very
okay.
quick. Put in a motion for a temporary chairman to open the public hearing for this evening. I nominate Jean Julian.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
I'll eye that too.
Turn this on.
As, yep, gonna start that.
Okay.
We have our recorder started. This is Gene Julian speaking. I'm temporary chair for tonight, and our first order of business is a public hearing. For-
Secretary.
Earth removal, blasting renewal application submitted by applicant Diane Fiore and Valerie Gagnon, location Petts Road and Bradway Road. Roger, read
Yep.
that call, thank you.
Notice is hereby given to the Stafford Planning and Zoning Commission to hold a public hearing on November 24th, 7 p.m. in the Veterans Meeting Room of the Warren Memorial Town Hall to consider the following. Earth removal, blasting, renewal application submitted by Diane Fiore and Valerie Gagnon, location Petts Road, map 30, lot 20, and Bradway Road, map 30, and lot 21.
Thank you.
Interested persons may be heard and written communications received. Copies of the application of the legal notice are on file at the zoning office. This appeared in the Journal Enquirer on November 17th and November 21st.
Thank you, Roger. Do you want to say something?
Well, we just want to apply for it, and I have the things for the, voting
Could you bring
property
those up? That would be great.
owner. And we're not looking for a blasting permit, we
No.
don't have anything to blast.
It's just that's the title of the section you come under. Any changes on what you've been doing there?
No, the town's still there.
Town's still there and,
Yeah.
and
That's it.
no big changes on the, if I remember your last application, I forget the amount of yardage that was being removed.
Yeah,
But
we're
It's the
not,
same as it was,
Yeah.
nothing really changed.
I just upped it because everybody else I saw on the TV had theirs humongous, so I
You
figured I'd
have
throw
the-
it in.
Okay.
Can I just ask if you're Diane or Valerie?
Oh, I'm Diane, she's Valerie.
Right, the scope of work was plus or minus 10,000 yards. Update present permit on existing sand and gravel application, excavation, I should say. And I haven't heard anything, we don't have a ZEO here, but I've asked and there's no complaints or problems that I know of.
I haven't heard anything, no.
I did speak to Dave Palmbert on Monday, and he said that there were no complaints or issues as far as the zoning office was concerned.
Any questions from the board on this public hearing?
It's just a continuation of what's already been, just a
What-
reapplication?
Yes, it's a new permit, doing the same thing they've always done there. It's a renewal.
And in our regulations for the new members, the commission, after a public hearing, may grant a special use permit or renewal of a permit to excavate for a period not to exceed 3 years for a gravel bank, 1 year for non-removal for a temporary earth removal. So when it says up to 3 years, you can do 1, 2, or 3. So if there was an issue, you could say, all right, you have a year with which to work with us and get things under control. And otherwise, if there's no issues, since we have never had any with the Phelps's excavation, we've always given the 3 years before.
Sure, and they supply sand out of town, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does the audience have comments to make or questions on this application, this renewal of the application? Yes,
Is this all surface project, or surface material?
as far as I know, let's ask,
Since you don't blast or anything.
No, they just screen, that's all.
Yeah.
it's just removing the
The top.
mountain that's there and screening it for the town?
Yeah.
Any other questions? Anything from the board? I think we should close the public hearing. How does the board feel?
Yes.
We all agree? Okay. So we'll close, the board closes the public hearing, and we'll move into our regular agenda. I call the meeting to order. Our members present, myself, Gene Julian, acting chairman, Nancy Rivetto, Ron Hool, Roger Pellizzari, and Kathy Bakayaki. A couple new members here tonight. And let's review minutes of the October 13th meeting.
Everybody wants to see them.
Did you all get the minutes?
Yeah, I got the minutes.
Did you,
But
Kathy?
I didn't.
You didn't? Here, these are extra.
Are they
If I can see
online?
that
Did
copy.
you copy them?
They are
Let me
given
give
to you
you-
in your packet.
Give Ron a copy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You send that down to Ron.
We'll take a few moments so you
Yeah,
can.
take a minute, look through it. Be comfortable with it.
Gene, is this still on the draft stage?
These minutes?
Yeah.
No, these are the finished minutes for October 13th.
No, I meant what it's pertaining to, the district zoning, it's still in the draft, right?
The village district?
District.
Correct, correct. We're gonna have a public hearing, we were gonna have it in December, and we'll get into that later in the meeting.
excellent.
Yeah.
They are.
Careful with the English teacher asking her. She's gonna see something. Grammar is off.
If she said, yes, they're excellent, you are good to go. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of October 13th regular meeting.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Oh, Doug?
May I ask the question, are the new members sworn in, both of you?
Yes.
Before you vote, okay, wonderful, just wanted to ask the question.
Very valid question, very valid, yeah. Any discussion about the minutes? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And next order of business, number 3 on our agenda, election of chairman. At this point, I'd like to make a motion that we elect Nancy Rivetto as chairman of the Stafford Planning and Zoning Commission.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? So done. Nancy, you are now chairman.
Well, thank you very much, and I just wanted to welcome our new members, Ron and Kathy. And Roger, it's good to see you back with us, and we have a lot of work to do, and I think we're gonna be a really good cohesive group to get a lot of things done in the next few years that I have left on the board, anyway. So, the next item on the agenda is discussion and possible action for the earth removal blasting renewal application for Diane Fiore and Valerie Gagnon. Does anyone have any questions or discussion for this item?
No, I think everything's in order there, and I would like to make a motion that we issue a 3-year permit for the earth removal on Petch Road and Bradway Road to Diane Fiore and Valerie Gagnon.
And the time for the permit would be to 11/17/2018, Roger?
Yeah, 3 years, yes.
3 years, 2018.
I second that.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So it's unanimous. Thank you.
Thank you.
We will sign the permit and get it back to the zoning
Okay.
office. New and other
Have a nice
business.
Thanksgiving.
You're welcome.
We're out of here.
Other business, now I'd like to explain about the December 8th public hearing we were talking about for the village district overlay. Well, I met with our first selectman and with Dave Pomberg Monday morning, and it seems as though there are 900 letters that have to go out to the abutters. And the time frame in order to do that for December 8th is Tuesday, next Tuesday. So it was just impossible to get the letters copied, the mailings all done and stamped. So we determined that we probably will not do it on December 8th. The only problem we do have is that we don't know when Don Poland is available again. So Dave, who will still be acting CEO until the position is filled, said he was gonna contact Dr. Poland to see if, in January, whether it's the first meeting or the second meeting, we could even put it off to February, because we have to make sure that we follow the law. Every abutter that will be involved in this regulation change for the overlay needs to be notified so that they can attend the public hearing.
900?
900 abutters.
Well, I think actually it's probably people in the district and the butters, it's a combination of
Oh,
both, I think.
It's both. It's
So it's not just
because
the surround, it's everybody in.
everyone
We think so.
within that the mapping of the village district overlay will be affected by this regulation, so that's why they have to be, whether it's a business or if it's a
Gotta be
residential,
notified.
they have to be notified.
We've never had one anywhere
This
near
large.
this big before,
Never.
but
Well, could we send that out with the December tax bills? Save some postage?
No, it has to be, and that's a good idea, Ron, I
It's a good
really
idea,
like that
it's
idea. I wish we could, but we have to do that with a separate letter, stating why. So if you have any question on that, I need to know, do you have the updated from Dr. Poland, that he sent, this is the zone change
No,
report?
I don't
Did
have
you get that? No, okay.
We've got,
I have an extra one.
Okay.
Okay, do you have one? No. Well, I'm gonna have to copy, because I couldn't get mine off.
yeah, I can copy at home, can
I
I
can't
email
do
it to you?
And
Yeah,
you
I
can
should be
print
able to
it.
copy it, yeah.
Okay. And we
It's
gotta
not-
get
yeah.
Roger and Doug a copy.
Did you get yours over the email, no?
No.
Okay, so Roger and Doug and,
Where does
and
the
that
email
people.
come from?
It came from, Don Poland himself, but the problem was, it wasn't compatible with my printer, so I could read it, but I couldn't print it. So they gave me a couple copies, but,
I can make 4 tomorrow.
That'd be great, because
I'll bring it back.
we need one for Doug, for, Mark Richards,
yeah.
for Roger, for Kathy.
Yeah,
Do I live with Mary?
That
yeah,
would be perfect.
so if you can stop down and see Mary, or,
Sometime next week.
yeah, next week, yeah, because
Yeah.
of the holiday, yeah,
Yeah.
She'll have them?
yeah.
I'll get a copy tomorrow and I'll leave them with her.
Because of the holiday, it's,
That'd be great, Ron.
it's difficult.
That's what we worked on that a lot for the new members, and that's the final draft.
Mhm.
So that's,
There's a possibility I didn't recognize where it came from.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
Don
I'll go
Poland,
back and look
yeah.
again, but
Now, see, Ron and Kathy, you're not familiar with the area we're talking about either. We are going from Route 19 all the way over to Shells. Right through the main street,
Is this
everywhere,
it?
that's why, you will see it right here. That's the village overlay.
there's another drawing also,
two maps.
come back.
Yeah.
So we should get,
So that's why all the butters.
That's the one up by the lake.
We
huh?
should get that in our packet, Ron, but if you wanna stop and get another copy from Mary or Dave, I don't know who has it.
I can take those to
You wanna
Staples.
take these?
You wanna take those?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we've been working on for months and months, and what was so good, and I'm sorry that, Cindy and Jack aren't here, because everyone was in full agreement, and we worked real hard on it, and we were all very excited to get this done, and really most of it affects retail. And it's architectural regulations. And that's what we worked on based on some previous incidences, and we wanted to try to continue the village type building, not discourage, but encourage. And the regulation, if you read it, Ron, it doesn't demand anything, we are suggesting
Yeah,
and
recommend.
recommending, which makes it so much easier to work with a developer. We can do the give and take, because they may have a better idea than we have. So, and it took me a while to understand that, because I wanted something rigid, and Don Poland was really very good when he came back with his different arguments about, actually, developers have come up with a much nicer design than even we could probably think of. But as long as they follow the state statute, and it's in here regarding the architectural and historical areas, then he said we should be able to work with anyone fine. As far as homes, residential, it really would not affect it, because it's all special use permits,
minimal.
very minimal for a resident. This is mainly for retail.
But obviously, the board, now that it's new members, need to read that over and understand
Yes.
it, and if there's something that
So
we
this
don't
whole,
like, we can change it,
this whole corridor
yeah?
Yes,
is
It's
gonna be zoned
village,
village.
A
But
village
it's
overlay.
it's just an
The
overlay.
existing rules stay,
Mhm.
and we're adding new recommendations. And Don Poland feels strongly that you don't need to demand. If you add a recommendation, that a builder's gonna come in, look at that and say, this is what they want. I can go against it, but it'd be better if I go along with them. So he feels that it's a great encouragement to get more of what we want.
Yeah,
And,
it gives the elements of design and what we'd like to see as a
Mhm.
community.
Mhm.
And it's not gonna detract from bringing people to town?
New businesses, no.
No,
No, we don't think so. the whole board felt pretty strongly that it was a good thing, and we work with Poland quite a bit on it. But obviously, you know, you and Kathy both need to read it over and
Oh,
understand
yeah,
it and
digest it,
and
yeah.
be comfortable with it, of course, but you have plenty of time.
I think one of the main items in there is that we're requesting that they come for a pre-meeting. Because we hate to see a developer come in and they have all of these plans and all of these maps, and
And
we're
spend
not
all that
happy
money,
with it, and
right.
they spend all that money. So if they come before us and say, look, this is what we want, this is what it may look like, and if we think it's absolutely not what we're looking for in that area, then we can work with them before they do go ahead and do the architectural and,
Sure.
and all of the mapping. So we thought this would benefit them and us.
And this, Don Pullen's done this before for other towns?
Oh, yes,
Yeah?
definitely.
So he's got a track record?
Oh, yeah. In
Mm.
fact, he just got his doctorate in town planning land use, you know, so, we were very fortunate to work with, and he's very easy to work with too.
And anyone who wants to could go back and read minutes, listen to tapes or whatever of past meetings and to get more up to speed. And obviously, any questions for sitting board members, we would answer as best we could.
We'll help you in any way.
And if there's something you don't like, say so and we can change it, or, you know, we'll see if, what the majority, how the majority feels. But
Mm,
I think Nancy, I could say I know Nancy and I want consensus on this. We don't want anyone to be unhappy. It was consensus of the previous board, and it would be nice to do it that way again. We were all moving together in the same.
Oh, no, I just wanted to be brought up to speed on it.
Sure,
Of course,
sure.
you've gotta be comfortable with it.
mhm.
We looked at the maps for quite a while and analyzed how far we could go, how far we shouldn't go, where those boundaries needed to be. We went around and around quite a while. A lot of it came from Palmberg.
Right, and.
The mapping started with them.
And we were determining on the beautiful old buildings in different sections that probably would be for sale. Now, Penny School was one of our considerations, that's vacant. So that could be developed into something. So we were trying to go from one area to the other. Then we stopped, we went down to Main Street and up Furnace Avenue, only past Warren's Mill, because that could be a retail area at some point. So we were trying to, and we did the Historical Society, the old library, and Historical Society, the church, the gas station, anything along Main Street that could be developed. So this way would be able to help a developer decide what a village
Sure.
building would look like.
Recapture the character.
Yep, definitely. Also, at tonight's meeting, we had to, I had to sign a form from Mary Mitta to supply to Karen Triano, the town clerk, of our meetings for next year. So she gave us copies, let's see, we need one. We always meet the second and fourth Tuesday of the month, and if that's acceptable to everyone, we'll stay with that same schedule. Is that okay? You got one, Doug? There we go. Oh, here, my arms aren't long enough. So they're always the same. So that's taken care of. One more thing, we need to sign the earth removal permit. I'll let you sign first and send it that way. And is there anyone else that has any other business?
I do.
What
Yes,
does
sir.
deadline mean, Nancy?
Pardon?
What does deadline mean? The middle
Take
column?
care of it.
Publication notification
Oh, yeah.
deadline.
All the deadlines for,
For the
Um,
street.
Okay, prior to the meeting.
right, right, and that's by state statute.
Okay.
If you could sign and send it on down. One more thing, Jean?
Yeah, I would like to make a motion that we consider voting on the agenda, adding to the agenda, a vote for secretary.
I
Yeah.
will,
Because it wasn't on the actual agenda. I think it's best that I make a motion, we add it on.
I have a thing.
I'll second that motion that we add to the agenda the election of a secretary for the board.
Second.
Okay,
And
all those in favor?
I,
Would someone like to make a motion for the election of a secretary for the Planning and Zoning Commission?
I would like to make a motion that Kathy Bacchiacchi becomes
What a surprise.
the secretary of Stafford's Planning and Zoning Commission.
Would like,
There's a lot of duties involved, I mean, unbelievable amount of work. I'm kidding.
Okay.
all you do is read the public notices.
Okay, all right.
I would love to second that motion. Is there any other discussion?
You know, you-
Are there any other nominations for secretary?
He did it about 20 years.
Poor Roger's done it for so many years. Is there any other nominations? Hearing none. All those in favor of Kathy Bacchiacchi being the secretary of the Planning and Zoning Commission, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Thank you very much. Thank you. Is there any other business?
Yeah, don't adjourn yet.
Okay.
And Nancy, they need to get a copy of the conservation plan and development also.
That Mary will have
Yeah,
that.
I-
You'll have those, I think.
it should be in our book.
Oh,
Yeah,
here?
it's
Yeah.
in the
Oh, I
back.
didn't see it.
Ron got something for our new chairman.
Oh, you guys, you are something. Oh, thank you. Oh,
Skating table.
that makes me feel,
Oh, yeah.
oh, I want spring, that smells so good. Thank you guys. Well, I certainly hope I can be as good as your expectations for me, and please, if there's anything that you feel I'm not doing right or I need to do differently, let me know, because we all want to do the best for everybody. I know I'm not gonna make cookies every meeting, sorry. Is there a
That was good.
Is there a motion to adjourn? And I wanna thank you so much.
Roger's motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh,
Seconded.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, good to hear you say that, Roger.